Social care is broken. It's a sector that's too focused on profit, it's underfunded and too fragmented. We need to change that and introduce new national standards that turn that situation around. We've got too many care workers at the moment who are not being paid minimum wage for the important and vital work that they do, and too many people who are going without care or not receiving good enough care because the sector is in such a terrible state. Unison is campaigning for a national care service. This is a campaign that we've been running for a number of years. We commissioned the Fabian Society to produce the report Support Guaranteed, which was a vision for a national care service that influenced the Labour Party when they were in opposition. It meant that we could secure a manifesto commitment from Labour before the election. And of course, Labour has now been elected, so we're pushing as hard as possible to ensure that a national care service is delivered by this government. National care service would be national standards across the whole of the care sector, both for people who are receiving care and for people who are providing care as well. So you would have a fair pay agreement, which would be national pay terms and conditions for care workers, but also you would have new standards for the commissioning of care by local government and by other public services as well. And it would give us a national brand for the care sector, making it more visible and ensuring that there was greater political responsibility taken for what's such an important public service. A national care service would improve the lives of care workers because it would include a fair pay agreement, a national agreement on pay terms and conditions for all care workers negotiated between trade unions and employers and government. And it would also mean that care would be seen as a visible national institution. And we can see in other public services that the people working for those organisations are better respected and given a higher status than care is currently given. We want to change that around and make sure that care workers are given the respect and the dignity that they deserve. Two things are happening right now. The first is the fair pay agreement for social care. That would be a national agreement on the pay terms and conditions of care workers. We're getting on with the work of meetings with government, meetings with employers, pushing for that to happen as soon as possible to drive up pay and standards and the treatment of care workers. We've also got the government asking Baroness Casey to produce a set of recommendations on how to deliver a national care service. That's currently scheduled to report in full in 2028, but we want to see that happen more quickly because the issues facing the social care sector are so urgent. We have a vacancy crisis, we have a crisis in people not receiving the care that they need. So we're pushing as hard as we can for seeing significant progress on a national care service as soon as possible. Unison is the largest union in the care sector and we're recruiting more members than ever in the sector. We've got a new national committee which has got care worker members nominated by each of our regions, holding the union to account for all of its work in the sector and leading that work as well. And we've got a new active member role for the social care sector, which is going to make it easier for our members working in social care to get active, to get involved in our campaigns, and also to represent their colleagues in the workplace. If you want to get involved in the campaign for a national care service and a fair pay agreement, join Unison. And if you're already a member, find out more about becoming an active member of the union.